Hey everyone, I have this weird breaking news I gotta share for you before I get on with this podcast. I have finally fixed my Facebook account that's now technically called Facebook.com/Lucas E. Allen. Yeah, I finally finished doing that. I got around doing that in all honesty. So yeah, go follow my Facebook, Facebook.com/Lucas E. Allen. Which means all my social media is now in check with Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and now Facebook. It's all Lucas E. Allen. What is going on, everybody? How you all doing today? Welcome to episode Lucas Limits on YouTube and all audio platforms. Your Lucas Limits Wrestling Report, episode number 7 for your July 28th, 2025, your Monday afternoon. Or evening, but you probably see me in this podcast. I'm your host always, Lucas E. Allen. Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Like I said, Lucas E. Allen is now all Lucas E. Allen to say the least. You watch on YouTube, hit the like button today's report, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, turn the bell for all post notifications so you miss an upload on YouTube of Lucas E. Allen. Watch on Spotify, leave me a 5-star rating. Also, comment what you think of like this Lucas Limits Wrestling Report for episode number 7. What you think of any news topics, to say the least. And let me watch any other audio platform. Hello, boys and girls. It's going to be a crazy lunatic, to say the least. And by the way, I forgot to mention this. I probably will more than likely after SummerSlam at some point. I probably have to take a break from the whole podcast. Not like the social media. Probably still be on social media. Lucas E. Allen, all my socials still. Probably do some content on there. Maybe some short little news reels on Instagram and Facebook, maybe potentially. And TikTok. And maybe even Twitter, honestly. I'll be still on there. But the podcast itself might need to take a hiatus for like a month or two at tops. Because I'm in the process of moving out of my childhood home. I'm in the process of... I'm not got my date yet. I need to potentially move all my stuff out of my house. I don't have the date yet, but more than likely the next couple of weeks or so, we'll probably take by after, like I said, after SummerSlam. I probably have to take a mini hiatus from the content creating from the long standard videos like this. They go like 15 minutes or so, to say at least. Just want to let you know about that. It's going to be hard for me to do that. But at least I still got some sort of content with the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter content, to say the least. At least I still got that. The reason why I'm doing that is because I can get less more digestible to a point for some people. In case I be a crazy lunatic, I probably will be like today, to say the least. So it is what it is, to say at least there. So let's get on into your Lucas Limits Wrestling Report, episode number 7. For July 28th, 2025. So it's backstage news on WWE status Alberto El Patron, a.k.a. Alberto Del Dipshit, formerly known as Alberto Del Rio, after being forced to leave AAA. We'll discuss that. Also discussing backstage news on warm rumor WWE plans for Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. The voice crackle figure. So by the way, Dave Meltzer was to say the least, Dave Meltzer was put in his own place yet again, bro. We're going to discuss that. You're also seeing Chelsea Green. This is fucking sickening, this report I had to do with this. Chelsea Green announces social media hiatus after getting death threats following Hulk Hogan's death tribute. Unbelievable social media fucking bullshit like this. We're going to discuss that, though. We'll also be discussing my girl, Mercedes Mone. It's going to irritate the wrestling community even more so. Mercedes Mone adds 2 more championships to her belt collection tour, or what you want to fucking call her, belt collection, to say the least. Her mini Kenny Omega stuff impressions, to say the least. By more titles than a Kenny Omega by now, honestly. And to finish off an update on Hook's injury absence from AEW television. Discussing on today's report, glad you're joining me, because all I was going to say is episode number 7. For your Lucas E. Allen Wrestling Report for Monday, July 28, 2025, to say the least. Let's get right into it. Starting with, you guessed it, backstage news on WWE Styles Alberto El Patron. Alberto Del Dipshit, the former Alberto Del Rio, after being forced to leave AAA professional wrestling. Ever since WWE purchased Mexican promotion AAA in April of 2025, many fans have wondered if former WWE champion Alberto Del Rio, now known as Alberto El Patron, also known as Alberto Del Dipshit, would be one of those stars who traveled north of the border to feature on WWE programming. These thoughts were only amplified on July 25th on Friday, as El Patron lost a match to El Mesisis, I think that's how you say his name, at AAA TV taping, with the stipulation being that El Patron would be forced to leave AAA if he lost. However, according to a new report from FIFO Select, the potential WWE return Alberto Del Rio doesn't seem to be on the cards. Thank you, wrestling gods. Not JBL, but you get the point. Sean Ross Sapp of FIFO Select was told by WWE sources that there has been a distant lack of interest in using El Patron, despite the man himself claiming that WWE have been interested in bringing him back to the promotion, to the point where he could even have other members of AAA roster that he was considered as a surprise entrant in the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match. WWE have made this a conscientious effort to not mention El Patron when AAA is brought up on TV, so they don't arouse any sort of suspicion that maybe one WWE higher up said that if the company wanted him back, he would have already been used. Thank God Alberto Del Dipshit's knocked me back on WWE programming. One of the stuff he's done in the past, like the stuff we did with Soraya's last page. Besides that, what is he going to do on his WWE roster right now that Santos Escobar can't be doing? Or guys like that, like Dragon Lee can't be doing, and so on and so forth. Even without the stuff he's done in the past. Just asking the honest questions here. So thank God he's not going to be coming back to WWE. Very much grateful for that for sure. Moving on to backstage news on rumored WWE plans for Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam 2025. Although Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss have been becoming friends while teaming up together on Friday Night SmackDown, for weeks, multiple reports suggested that the both women were set to face each other at WWE SummerSlam in singles action. However, just 10 days ago, it was announced that Flair and Bliss would challenge Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships at the show, leading many to believe that plans were changed once the company recognized that the fans had taken a liking to the new team. Although many continued to question if the split between both women was considered a new update has emerged regarding the initial plans for Flair and Bliss at the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam also. According to FIFO Select, there were never plans for Bliss and Flair to go one-on-one at SummerSlam, despite many rumors suggesting that WWE penciled in the match for even, aka Dave Meltzer. Dave Meltzer in 2025 is like the report in like the sports side of things. What is he? Is he like the Skip Bayless of freaking professional wrestling? I don't fucking know, people. I always fuck Skip Bayless, so I'm not a fan of him whatsoever. Therefore, having Flair and Bliss challenge for the tag team titles again for WWE Evolution has potentially been the plan all along, to say the least. So there you go. Dave Meltzer in the year 2025 gets another fucking report wrong. And what's that, like number 50 million, honestly, he's gotten wrong? Like what, Tootie's gotten right? Slight exaggeration, but only slight, honestly, if you think about it. To say the least. And all honestly, I'm liking this pairing with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I feel like you break them up like right now, it'd be kind of weird if you ask me. And plus, what the fuck are you doing to women's tag team titles as it is anyways? I don't care about the women's tag team titles per se. Just saying about storyline purposes to say the least. I feel like you had a long time ago Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair matches. You can leave that off right now, to say the least. That's what I got to share about this situation for sure. Move on to an absolute fucking ridiculous fucking story guys share for you on this Ridiculous Limits Wrestling Report, episode number 7 for Monday, July 28th, 2025. Chelsea Green announces social media hiatus after getting death threats from following a Hulk Hogan death tribute. Former WWE Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green is the latest wrestler to step away from social media after being extremely active online, especially on X, formerly known as Twitter, obviously, where she occasionally engaged with both fans and her critics. Green has been since claimed that she endured online bullying from her tribute to Hulk Hogan, who obviously died on Thursday. I try to keep my page positive and comedic, but today a lot of it changed and it hit harder than I expected. The name calling, the death threats, the faceless accounts, those people that don't profile pictures are freaking weird to say the least. Troll accounts as well. Social media was supposed to be a fun place. Chelsea, I don't know about that though. Social media in the fun place is fucking hilarious, Chelsea. I get what she's saying though. And it hasn't been for a while, which there you go. It's been overwhelming and I need to step away for a little bit. Love I'm like butcher this. Patriots. I think that's how you say it. I think it's our fan base maybe if you think. EXO President Chelsea Green posted on X, formerly known as Twitter. Like many WWE personalities, Green's tribute to Hulk Hogan received a lot of flack from her fans. Her criticized her messages by citing the controversies surrounding the late WWE Hall of Famer and their feelings towards him. Like I said, basically the whole podcast that was on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Or Saturday and Sunday, to say at least. This led to Green to get a pen, a lengthy explanation prior to her taking time away from the platform. Yesterday, I was asked to comment on Hulk Hogan on live TV. Let me be clear. My stance on racism is unwavering, which I understand that. I understand people not liking Hulk Hogan for his stuff he did about racism. I get that. I get that intact. I get that big time. Chelsea said here. I do not condone it, period. If my response or tweet seemed dismissive or real concerns, I sincerely apologize. That was never my intention. I try to acknowledge a death respectively when the legacy is complicated. I am learning one day at a time, and I will continue to learn. I love you, my Patriots. President Chelsea, she said. I completely 1,000% understand her explanation here. I don't think she even had to say anything like this. It's just social media being social media dipshits who act like they know fucking Schitt's Creek up their fucking ass. They act like they push this one narrative of bullshit around. And it's insane. It's ridiculous. I get it. Hulk Hogan's a piece of shit. I understand that. I even said myself, I was always fuck Hulk Hogan on his podcast when he was alive. Like, seriously, I couldn't stand Terrible. I couldn't stand Hulk Hogan. But the contributions he made to professional wrestling are arguably unmatched. Like, seriously, you people need to stop being so stubborn of the stuff he said in the past. Which I'll be honest, I don't support that either. Like Chelsea said here, I don't even support myself. But you gotta be so stubborn up your fucking ass to be some sort of fucking asshole. I can't stand social media. If I didn't have my podcast, I didn't have content created, I probably wouldn't have social media, period. To say the least, to wrap up this segment of Lucas Limits Wrestling Report, episode number 7. Just fucking ridiculous fucking bullshit story you guys share about that, to say the least. But by the way, before I end that, I wish Chelsea nothing but the best to say. She's one of my favorite personal women's wrestlers right now. Booked well or not, to say the least. Moving on to another women's wrestler I absolutely adore in professional wrestling. My girl, Mercedes Mone. Adds 2 more championships to her belt collection, to say the least. Mercedes Mone wasn't lying when she said she is not stopping the Mone train. As the current AEW TBS champion has once again traveled to Europe and bagged herself another 2 championship titles, taking her current tally of belts held stimulously to 8. 24 hours to successfully defend her Rev Pro Women Undisputed British Women's Championship against Safari Reed, which I watched that. I don't watch the match, but I heard the highlights. I love the finish of the match, though, with Reed going off the top rope, hitting and Mercedes in the Money Maker. That looked like the best Mercedes Money Maker I've ever seen, honestly. So shout out for that. I did see that, honestly. Summer's Slizzler event. The CEO headline, Primetime Wrestling's all about the money. There you go. She had an event theme for her. Event in Kozlo, Poland. And I didn't know that, honestly. I didn't realize it was called About the Money. There you go. Interesting to say the least. Mone faced Polish star Diana Strong in the main event. The vacated PWPTW Women's Championship as well as Italian-British Best Young Wrestling's. Okay, bro. Women's Championship and winner takes all match. After a hard-fought battle, Mone hit the backstabber after rolling it into the statement maker, I believe. Yeah, statement maker. Forcing Strong to tap out. It's cement to say the least. And adding 2 more championships to her collection. Which means here comes the Mercedes Hogan comparisons, bro. Here we fucking go with the idiot dipshit wrestling community. But I'll be honest though, by the way, for the people really slamming Mercedes, like, what is she gonna do with all these titles? What the fuck? 8 titles to her fucking collection right now. First of all, you fucking idiot, not named the TBS and Owen Hart Foundation titles. What fucking titles are there she's holding right now you fucking heard of? So what exactly? Nothing. Who are the Red Pro Women's British Champions? Who are the best young women's champions? I never even know that until I just read that report just now. So stop your fucking complaining for the sake of fucking complaining, bro. Stop! It ain't gonna change a lick of a fucking difference, bro. It really ain't. Like, oh my god, man, social media. That's like Chelsea Green has always said here. It's toxic, basically it's toxic beyond toxic to me. Just like I read this last time with the Chelsea Green report. Like, social media is a whole fucking can of worms, when you ask me, man. Social media really is a fucking cesspool of all epic proportions, to say the least. But congratulations, Mercedes Mone. That's my girl, bro. I love her to death, man. You may never, ever make me hate Mercedes Mone. If I have questions about her booking in the past, of course I have. But my god, bro. If you're making me complain about 8 titles on her waist or on her whole body, to say the least, you ain't gonna make me care. I don't care, bro. It's the Rev Pro British Women's Championship, the fucking Best Young Women's Championship. Like, who the fuck hold her these titles? So stop fucking complaining. So what are you always gonna do about these defenses of these championships? That's why AEW is not the only promotion she works with. You fucking idiots. To wrap up this report. No, it's not to wrap up the report. We wrapped up this segment of Lucas Limits Wrestling Report, episode number 7. This dipshit fucking people, to say the least, on social media is freaking insane, to say the least. And finally, on this Lucas Limits Wrestling Report, episode number 7 for July 28, 2020, for your Monday of July 28, 2025. Update on Hook's injury absence from AEW. It's a little bit quick report, then we'll get the fuck out of here, to say the least. AEW star Hook hasn't wrestled since April after suffering a concussion during a match. He did briefly appear during the Anarchy and Arena match at Double or Nothing in May, but it proved to be a one-off, and Hook hasn't been back on TV since. Based on a recent Fightful Select Q&A, there is no apparent timetable for Hook's return, and he was not fully cleared at the time of his Double or Nothing cameo, to say the least. Wish Hook nothing but the best, to say the least. Nothing else to share about that, honestly, though. It's just like a weird, bizarre. I don't say it's bizarre. It's obviously an update about Hook. So I'm on an injury. Wish him nothing but the best, to say the least. To wrap up this Lucas Limits Wrestling Report, episode number 7 for your Monday, July 28th, 2025. Thank y'all for watching Lucas Limits Wrestling Report, episode number 7 for July 28, 2025, on YouTube and all audio platforms. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, knock on wood. Big time knock there, to say the least. With your Monday Night Raw, July 28th, 2025, your go-home edition of SummerSlam, edition of Monday Night Raw for July 28th, 2025. Until tomorrow, for more content on Lucas Limits on Wrestling, or Lucas Limits on YouTube and all audio platforms, peace, I am out. Take care. Love you all big time, to say the least.